Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 13 of Mad Dialogue with me, Michelle.
And me, Skylar.
And this week we are talking about, basically, I've decided that I'm just going to go on social media and anything that sort of catches my attention, that's what we will discuss on the podcast. So this week we are talking about a woman called, Virginia McCullough. They said it's pronounced McCullough. Yeah, so Virginia McCullough, she's 36 from Chelmsford.
36?
Yeah, Chelmsford, Essex. Basically in 2019, she killed both of her parents. Now, I know that is not the most shocking thing because children are killing their parents all the time. I'm putting my chair up against my door tonight after hearing this story. But anyway, no, I'm joking.
I don't even know why you're looking at me. You've got how many others, though?
And basically, she had kept the fact that she'd murdered her parents hidden for over 4 years.
Mm.
So the thing that struck me straight away was the fact that she lived with their decomposing bodies for that amount of time. And can we please remember that in 2020 it was lockdown?
Yeah, so
you're not leaving your house very often. So she was in the house with them.
Do you think that might have been the reason why
she killed them?
Yeah.
No, I don't. If you want to know the truth, I personally think that she panicked. I think that things were catching up with her and she panicked and killed them. But I don't think...
What do you mean?
Well, basically, I wrote down some notes because I don't want to get anything wrong. So basically, from what I have read and watched and so on and so forth, she had been spending their money. She'd been living there rent-free and she was getting credit cards in their names.
Mm.
And obviously, she wasn't paying for them. So she was scared now that her parents were going to find out. So her way of dealing with the situation was to kill them. I mean, obviously she's not in her right mind because a normal person would have just confessed to their parents and take what was coming. But she instead decided to kill them. So basically she poisoned her father with with prescription medication. She also did the same to her mum. But for some unknown reason, she ended up stabbing her mum and also using a hammer on her. Yeah. And when the police caught up with her, she said to the police, cheer up, at least you've caught the bad guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
But I do think there's something mentally, obviously. Not right.
Obviously.
No, I know, but literally like that.
Apparently she made a tomb for her dad out of breeze blocks and blankets. And when they asked her where her mum was, she directed them to a bedroom that had like 5 wardrobes, she said. And apparently her mum
was in all of them.
Was in the wardrobe behind sleeping bags and duvets.
Could you imagine the smell?
I'm just imagining, like, come on now, she's not right in her head. So can you imagine, like, at the height of it, I'm thinking she's seeing her dead parents walking around the house. She's hearing their voices talking. Like, see, this is my writer's head, but she's probably there and probably heard like movement in the wardrobe. Or heard something, and you know, she must have been saying to herself, is that them? Like, because she's not right in her head. But like, wouldn't it have just been easier to confess?
A whole lot easier, of course. But then again, you know, she's kind of
my thing
also,
was,
like, did they not have any friends?
Yes, they did. Obviously, she kept turning relatives away, or she'd tell them that they'd gone away somewhere. You know, like they were always away on holiday, and it was only because
it takes 4 years though for proper. Like,
I know it was, for me that's a bit, you know what I mean, the length of time. And
after like even a year, I would have been sending people around, and then police would have probably found whoever. Like, so I'm assuming she's an only child.
Yeah, and the doctors became concerned because she kept cancelling their appointments on their behalf. But still, 4 years.
That's what I'm saying. For it to take so long just seems a bit crazy. Like, obviously people weren't as concerned as they could have been, or maybe, you know, the authorities just weren't taking it seriously if anyone was contacting them, because it just seems like, and you said 2019, so technically that's 5 years.
Yeah.
When you think about it, like rounding up to, like,
it's really
tapped.
And you know, when you look at her, she just looks like an
everyday normal.
Yes.
Yeah. Not that killers actually have a stereotype, but, you know, some people do look sketchy.
Yes.
And, you know,
that's what I'm saying.
You look at like Ted Bundy
or like Jeffrey Dahmer. Like they look
and be
a
like,
bit.
Okay, like you look like you
like you're not really part of society type thing. This woman,
her, like she just looked like you'd see her in Tesco doing her shopping.
Right.
Normal,
that's what I'm saying.
And the fact as well, but obviously it aged her, stressed her out, because she did not look 36. She looked older, and to think what she would have been like 32 at the time then when she did this, like, fucking hell.
For me, it's the smell. How did she deal with the smell? I'm only saying that because you remember, like, American Horror Story. You remember when he killed his parents that season, The Cole?
I didn't watch it.
Well, he killed his parents and he put them in the bedroom and he kept covering them with something. I can't remember what it was, but obviously it was to kill the smell.
And it's so hilarious because you can actually like go on Google and search what stops a dead body from smelling, and there probably will be like results. So it's that easy as well.
You see, because I've never looked for anything like that.
I have, but Mama, like there's.
I'm not saying that you have, like, but Quora, I'm just saying.
Look at Quora. Like there's definitely someone that went on Quora and asked that.
Yeah, or Reddit.
Literally one of the two.
Go on, are you looking?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, go on then.
What covers up the smell of?
I know. We'll have to show them
vinegar
the episode.
or baking soda.
Oh wow! I tell you what, they use baking soda and vinegar for a lot of things, you know.
Keep out of reach of children.
What?
Like,
or why don't you just put one of them tops on it, that make it hard for kids to take off?
Like, there's step-by-step instructions to remove dead body odors. But then again, you don't know what's going on. Like, what there was me certain, like, professions though. Where
was me using baking soda in my cooking and vinegar to clean my windows.
See, coroners, like, so it makes sense that people have this information because, you know, people drop some of them. Yeah, matting.
Well, boy, all I know is this, If you lot ever if you steal money from me or anything, just tell me.
Mama,
just tell me. You don't have to kill me. Just tell me. All right.
Be for real.
I'm joking, but so not apparently, she has been sentenced to life.
Good.
What a surprise!
Right.
She knew it was coming.
To do the time.
Of course she do. She, like she's doing a favor.
Yeah, I thought about it, and like I do deserve the consequences of my actions. Like, you think? Like,
the way how she's speaking, she makes it sound like she committed a crime that was way less serious. I mean, all right then.
Stole milk from the shop.
No, you know, like
to do with the consequences.
No. Say like then her parents had found out that she'd got these credit cards.
Yeah, and that's how that would be a normal response.
And then you act like that. Then you can say, all right, then, well, you really didn't give a shit that you know what I mean, you swindled your parents, but fair enough. Do you know what I mean? You put your hands up to it now. But she's saying that with the same manner, killing both her parents, which is the next question. How long have you had it in your head to kill them? And another question. Why did her dad just get poisoned? But why did her mum get poisoned, stabbed, and a hammer used on her?
And that's why she got chopped up.
I don't know. I think it was the dad that got chopped up, if I remember correctly.
How could you do that? Like,
she said to the police,
life. Like, how?
She said to the police that when she was telling them where the knife and the hammers were located, she said the hammer has got rust on it, but there will still be traces of blood. That's what she was saying.
That's the knife. I thought it was the knife.
No, I watched it a little while ago. I'm not saying she didn't say that, but what I watched, she was referring to the hammer, and she said about the hammer, how the hammer had rust on it, but there would still be traces of blood. I was like, oh, look at her helping them with their job as well.
Like, that's the thing. Like, obviously she's thought about it for a minute, but I'm just, so what? How come they came around though in the end? Like,
Well, the funny thing is she apparently called them herself, but with regards to assault, which turned out to be unfounded. Like, you know what I mean? People are trying to say like she was testing the waters. So I guess basically seeing if they were onto her or nothing. But it must have come to a point where she knew it was coming to an end, because relatives, friends, doctors, they were starting to question the parents' whereabouts, and obviously her answers were not sufficing anymore. So therefore she knew her time was up. And I guess it must come to a point where you can't actually live with yourself anymore.
For real, like, it just, yeah, seems a bit mad.
Seems a bit mad. It is mad. And once again, it's just astounding me of how many crimes are being committed, like on a daily. There's like, it's like 5-6 crimes a day. And back in my day when I was growing up, I'm not saying that crimes weren't committed, of course there were, but not to this degree.
No, when you were growing up, be for real, mama, the most was happening back then. It's just
it wasn't just that. It was a thing like when something happened, it was a major story, and it stayed a major story for weeks, sometimes even months, until the killer was caught, this, that, and the other. But this is not the case anymore. It's like people are committing the crimes and they're getting caught. Like, okay, I know this one was like 4 years later, but the point I'm making is people are just doing what comes to mind with no thought after. Do you know what I mean? I hear what you're saying about publicity, but, and I'm not, like I said, there were crimes, but this, how it's a lot. It's a large scale, because it's different types of crimes as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the world's mad. It's gone mad, in my opinion, anyway. But yeah, there was something else I wanted to say. There was one last thing, but I can't think what it is now. But yeah, so Virginia McCullough, you should be happy that they no longer do hangings, because I think that's what you would get. And if she was in America, I swear she'd probably get a lethal injection at this point. I don't know, but all I know is this: you're just going to sit in a prison now for the rest of your life. I don't really. Is that really a punishment for her? Because she was living in a prison for how many years with her dead parents?
Yeah, but was it really a prison to her? At least she could still go out and do what she was doing still, you know? I personally, I feel like, I don't know. It's just as well I don't run the system.
Why? What would you do to her?
No, I don't know. That's the thing. That's like, it's like, you know, because you say, oh yeah, like the electric chair, people like, I don't know how to kill people. But like, my thing is as well, how is that a punishment? Killing someone, cool, but
you're saying she should be made to live with it.
Yeah, but then again, mentally how she is, obviously she doesn't, I don't know what's going on in her head, but it doesn't really seem like she minds living with it.
Yeah, I think you've got a point.
Because so is it really a punishment? Like, it just doesn't really, like, you know, what can you do?
You're in the house day in, day out with your dead parents that you murdered, and on, like, for a year of that, you couldn't leave your house. Not really.
Like,
and that would have been the first year. That would have been them first months where they would have really been smelling.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But anyway, good luck to her. We'll leave it here this week. Anyway, so it's sending an abundance of love and light as always. It's goodbye from me, Michelle.
Bye.
And goodbye from Skylar.